Tonight, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
First carry now for Keyshawn Vaughn. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 82 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
From the 27th, Brady, and it's off the mark, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. If you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
From midfield, here's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, and he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Vaughn. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Brady's throw there complete. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, Tampa as Brady hooks up with Howard. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Not much there, only a yard. Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter is a good running back dive play. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, it's Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but now it's 3rd down. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
36 yardage in.
The game knocks this one through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
Eagles nothing.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football. I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. As you get a peek at a man who entered the league in 2012 as a 3rd-round draft pick, Nick Foles. Now, he wasn't playing that last game right here on earth, was he? I mean, there's just no way. I mean, that performance, that number of times getting the ball into the end zone, throwing it. No interceptions, No interceptions, took care of it. Yeah, he was a little otherworldly in his last performance. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The numbers for Sanders last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say. Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he? He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. From the 25 on 2nd down, Foles being chased out left. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to
to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Right back to Sanders on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And now hang on here, because down on the field and appearing to be grimacing in some pain is the tight end, Zach Ertz. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs' 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Here's Foles. Left side here to Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs. And pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. The big play
our camera miss was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. From the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
Well, what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On play action, they'll throw. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Eagles send out their punter now. Back deep, Antonio Brown. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd and 7, Brady. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
From the gun on third down, Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
At the 32-yard line.
Now Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Sanders. Levante David in on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From just shy of midfield, Foles. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the Buccaneers' 43-yard line.
Now Foles. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Carry for Sanders. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
The previous play is under review.
The head coach relied on his his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment here at pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Jordan Whitehead there defensively.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On second and goal, Foles. The quick slant caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. That throw by Brady incomplete.
He went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
We'll see how much they give him the ball here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Eagles on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Back to throw now on first down. And quickly finding Rager. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 15. First down, Eagles.
On first down, Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
That'll be caught. Rager with it. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Philadelphia.
He'll drop to throw. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. A 10-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
Buccaneers 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 24-17, your final score. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 38-14, the final score. And finally, on Monday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. In the game you're watching, it's the former Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles with the strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will make it into the end zone, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Here's Nick Foles as he heads back out to work. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Foles. This ball complete to Rager. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, we may be looking at the scoreboard. This offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now back to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Elliott now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Do it, do it. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Well, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Rodney McLeod up to make the tackle.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Brady gives this one to Vaughn. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady to Evans on the slant. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the gun on 3rd down. Brady, open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Well, certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 39-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. His short throw caught by Goddard.
Throws pass.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Sanders. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. There he goes left side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head, because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. And we're still just in the 3rd quarter here. An extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. And this carries into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And hear the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They start the drive with Vaughn. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders into line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Shotgun now for Brady. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Start on the ground here at Sanders. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to set this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
First down. It's Sanders. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards and a first down for Phillip.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still second down.
His throw incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver. Third down here.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
This one is right down Broadway. And that will get the lead up to 14.
31. Buccaneers, 17.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but he still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Brady now on first down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's second down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Well, they held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
Brady now on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Brady's throw there complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. That'll bring up second down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Brady to his tight end, Brate, for the Tampa Bay first.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cameron Brate, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Gay is on for the point after. Touchdown. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over first and 10.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now this throw caught left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. And just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rager catches it left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
A few better down a score in the 4th quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Brady to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Barnett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Brady. That's good for a Buccaneer first and pickup of 12 yards. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Brady to throw again.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. If that's caught, it's Keyshawn Vaughn. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. That time a 6-play drive. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Now it's Patterson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10. At their own 27 yards.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Takes it across the 40-yard line. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Down Eagles.
fire it deep for Rager. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw of overtime for Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it, right?
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my.
It's a gain of 53 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Oh, it's real easy to celebrate the throw there, but this was all about the protection, because he had all day to sit back, survey the situation, and then really step into that one. He wouldn't have been able to do it without the help of his offensive line, though.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 2nd and 7. Here's Foles. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
In overtime.
We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Philadelphia, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.